Hello everyone. In this video we see Frank James Marshall's fantastic game. This game was played in 1912 in France. Frank James Marshall play with black pieces and David Janowski play with white pieces. So white starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, Petrov's defense. Knight takes e5, d6, pressure on knight. Knight f3, knight takes e4, d4, d5, create support on knight, bishop d3, bishop d6, c4, bishop b4 check, king f1, and the Marshall castles king side, c takes d5, and the pressure on knight, queen takes d5, support this knight, queen c2, and the pressure on knight is increase, and also target is on h7. So Marshall support with rook e8, knight c3, create pressure on knight and also on queen. So Marshall exchange his knight, knight takes knight, b takes knight, and the pressure on bishop. Here in this position, pause the video and think Marshall's next move. So Marshall didn't save his bishop, and first take this knight with his queen. Queen takes knight and sacrifice his queen. But white can't take this queen because if white take this queen, then open this diagonal and the bishop can come on h3 and check. And this file is covered by rook. So king g1 is first move. And after moving king, rook comes to e1 and king has no moves. So white has to move his bishop on f1, then rook takes bishop is mate. So white can't take this queen. So white continue with c takes bishop and Marshall continue his opening for developing his pieces. Knight c6 and also white can't take this queen because checkmate comes. Bishop h3 and then rook e1 and the checkmate comes. So white first continue with bishop b2 to cover this e1 square to prevent a rook e1. So now pressure comes on queen. But Marshall take this b4 pawn. Knight takes b4 and the pressure on queen and also on bishop. If white save his queen, then queen takes bishop and check, and after moving king, Marshall could exchange his queen and the white would down in material. And if queen move to b3, then also queen takes bishop and check. And queen takes queen and the white would down in material. So white didn't save his queen first and continue with bishop takes h7 and check. King h8 and white didn't save his queen and take Marshall's queen because now even square is covered. So white take this queen, g takes queen and Marshall didn't take this queen and continue with bishop h3 and check, and the king has only one move, king g1, and finally Marshall take this queen, knight takes queen, bishop takes knight, rook e2 and the pressure on both bishops, rook c1 support this bishop. Here Marshall could take this bishop and after rook takes rook, rook could come on e8 and the threat is checkmate. And if rook c1, then rook e6 and white can't prevent this checkmate. Comes from g6. But Marshall joined his another rook into party of attack. Rook a to e8, bishop c3. Save this bishop because this bishop is locked, means pinned. Here in this position, pause the video and think Marshall's next move. So Marshal continue with rook e3 and create pressure on bishop and sacrifice his rook. But if white take this rook, then rook g2 check and the king has only one move. And then rook takes bishop and the discover check from bishop and the discover attack on rook. And the king can't escape. So king has only two moves. But king go anywhere. Rook takes rook comes and white would lose his rook with skewer. And after moving king, rook takes rook and white would down in material. And if king move to g1, then also rook takes rook check and after moving king, white would lose his rook with skewer. So if white take this rook, then white would lose 3 pieces in front of one rook. So white save his bishop on b4. Rook takes f3, bishop d1. Create pressure on both rook. And pause the video for last time and think Marshall's final move. So Marshall's final move. Rook f6 and after rook f6 white resigned here. Because if white take this rook, then rook g3 comes and white can't prevent this checkmate. You can see that. And if white move his pawn, then also rook g3 is mate. And if white move his bishop on c2, then Marshall could take this bishop with his rook. But white can't take this rook because rook g3 is mate. And if white move his rook, then also checkmate comes. So after rook f6, white resigned here.